Hey, welcome to the Weekly Wave. All right, let's talk about something that might just change your life. 2 words. Let them. Sounds kind of simple, right? Almost a little too simple. But if you get this, and I mean really get this, you'll save yourself years of stress, wasted energy, and emotional exhaustion. Just trust me. I know, you might be thinking, wait, what do you mean just let them? That sounds kind of passive. That sounds like I'm just letting people walk all over me. But here's the kicker. You're not. You're actually taking complete control of your peace, your mindset, and ultimately your life. So, what is the let them mindset? It's the idea that when people show you who they are, you don't resist it. You don't try to control it. You don't try to change them. You don't chase. You don't beg. You just let them. Someone doesn't text back? Let them. Someone doesn't invite you? Let them. Someone talks behind your back? Let them. It's not about giving up. It's about giving in to the reality of who people choose to be. And listen, I know it's a tough pill to swallow. Our ego wants us to fight back. Wants us to go out and prove something. It wants to be right. But at what cost? Your peace? Your dignity? Think about it. How many times have you spent nights overanalyzing a situation, replaying conversations in your head, wondering what you could have done differently? And for what? To change someone's behavior who was never going to change in the first place? It's exhausting. The truth is, people make their choices, and those choices tell you everything you need to know about them. Your job isn't to decode hidden meanings or play detective like Sherlock Holmes. Your job is to see it, accept it, and move accordingly. So why doesn't fighting back work? You ever try to force someone to see your worth, to prove you belong in their life? It's exhausting, isn't it? It's like trying to push a locked door open even when the key is literally walking away. Or unless you're me and you just lose the key in the first place. When you stop fighting for a seat at the wrong table, you realize you were meant to sit at a whole different table. One where they actually pulled out a chair for you. And let's be real. When you force yourself into a space you don't belong in, even if you get in, you'll always feel out of place. You'll always feel like an imposter. Because deep down, you know you weren't meant to be there. So why keep knocking on doors that were never meant for you in the first place? Here's an example. Let's say you have a friend who only calls you when they need something. You always pick up. You always help. You always end up going out of your way. But the moment you need something, it's radio silence. Just let them. Stop overextending yourself for someone who only sees you as an option when it's convenient for them or when they need something. Or maybe you've been dating someone who keeps sending mixed signals. They ghost you for days, then pop back up like nothing happened. Instead of overanalyzing their behavior, making excuses for them, or bending over backwards to get their attention, just let them. If they want to disappear, let them vanish for good. No person who truly cares about you will leave you questioning your worth. And let's talk about work. You keep grinding at a job that ultimately undervalues you, hoping they'll finally recognize your hard work. You do overtime, you take on extra responsibilities and projects, yet your boss barely acknowledges you. Instead of waiting for validation, start looking for new opportunities. If they don't appreciate you, let them, because there's a company out there who will. Here's the wildest part. The moment you truly embrace the let them mindset, you start seeing life a little differently. You stop taking things personally. You stop seeking closure where there really isn't any. You realize that if someone wanted to be in your life, they would. If they don't, that's your answer. It's not a mystery. It's not a puzzle you need to solve. It's just them making a choice. And you get to make a choice too. You get to choose your peace over proving a point. And let me tell you, nothing is more powerful than someone who doesn't need validation. When you let go, you step into your power. You start walking differently. You start radiating confidence because you're no longer begging for breadcrumbs or scraps. You're baking your own damn bread. And just another example, think about friendships. If someone constantly cancels on you, makes excuses, or doesn't match the energy you bring to the relationship, let them. You shouldn't have to force someone to be in your life. The people who truly value you will make an effort. It's really that simple. I can't tell you how many times in life I've tried to hold on to people, some relationships or some jobs. Things that just weren't really meant for me. And every time I let go, something better replaced it. Every single time. But we get so caught up in what's leaving that we don't even notice what's trying to come in. And let's be real, holding on to things that are slipping away is like trying to hold on to water. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. So instead of holding on to something that doesn't want to stay, just try opening your hands. Make space for what's meant to come. Now, here's the hardest part, detachment. Detachment is hard. It goes against our instincts. We are wired, as humans, to hold on to things. But holding on to the wrong things keeps you from catching the right ones. And let me hit you with something. When you let go, you're not losing. You're actually winning. Because choosing peace over control, that's a win. Choosing your mental health over toxic relationships, that's a win. Choosing to walk away from things that don't serve you, that's a huge win in my book. But let me be clear, detachment isn't about not caring. It's about caring enough about yourself to stop forcing what isn't meant to be in the first place. So, next time you feel the urge to control, or to fix, or to chase, just stop. Take a breath and say, let them. Because the right things, the right people, they won't need to be chased. They'll just be there. And you'll finally be free. And one last thought. Sometimes the hardest part is letting go of who you used to be. We hold on to old versions of ourselves, replaying our past mistakes, regretting our missed opportunities. Hindsight is always 20/20. But growth means shedding those old skins, letting go of who you thought you needed to be, and embracing who you're becoming. So if you're feeling kind of stuck or overwhelmed or afraid of what's next, let yourself evolve. Let yourself move forward. And most of all, let yourself be free. Thank you so much for listening.